To talk about money fears as a solo mom. My name is Zara Kaku, and I am a certified ULA life coach as well as a money coach. And I want to help solo moms go from feeling overwhelmed and exhausted to thriving and exhilarated. So, today I'm going to talk about the fears as a solo mom, and especially when it comes to money. So, sometimes as a solo parent, it's money is one of the biggest things that kind of comes up as something that people really truly worry and stress about. And what normally happens is in the relationship when you're together with your spouse, one person is the one that's constantly always doing the financial stuff, and usually it is the male that does that. Uh, as well as there's also the stress of going from two incomes to now one income and having to rely on somebody else for your future. In a marriage, it's more of a joint reliance on each other. But once you end up being separated or on your own, that reliance becomes a little bit more where you kind of need, if it's that support or something like that that's coming your way, you're kind of waiting for that money to come your way before you can do things with your finances. And sometimes if the relationship is not amicable, there could be some issues with getting that money on a timely fashion. And so what happens is that moms end up being really fearful about money when it comes to their day-to-day lives. And what happens is they stress about money constantly and are worried on a daily basis as to what is going to happen to them financially. And it becomes a burden of stress for them. So, three fears that moms usually have when it comes to money is the biggest one is not knowing that they're going to have enough money to provide for their family on a monthly basis. And usually that comes from a lack of budget and a lack of knowing. And so what happens is a lot of moms stress about this because they don't know what's going in and what's going out. And so they don't really know what is happening with the money as it is coming in. And so it relates to stress because they don't have a budget set up and they don't know what their outputs are on a month to month basis. So it can be really easily alleviated by just doing a budget on a monthly basis. And if you want a budget template, I provide training on budgeting and all of that in my community. And I will drop that link in the comments here for you to join. The other thing that solo moms also go through a lot of is feeling that guilt when it comes to spending money. So a lot of solo moms that I speak with, they feel really guilty when they are doing something for themselves with money when it comes to money. And so they constantly feel like when the money is there, they should be using it on their children. And if they're not using it on their children and they're using it on themselves, they have a lot of guilt and shame when it comes to that. And so once again, if you have a budget or if you have a system in place, then really it's not going to be as shameful and you can kind of get rid of that guilt when it comes to spending the money on yourself because you deserve it. You're going through a lot right now. There's lots of things happening in your life and you deserve to take that time to be for yourself and do something for yourself. As long as you know your debt's under control, you're investing, but you also need to have some fun money and some time to do stuff with your money for fun. And then number three, the last one is a lot of solo moms don't know if they're going to have money at the end of the month or at the end of a couple of months to save for their future. And that really stresses them out because once again, it goes back to that reliance on that other spouse or that other source of income that's coming in. And if all of a sudden that stops, you're not going to know what to do and you're going to have to really fend for yourself. And so a lot of solo moms feel stressed about savings as well. Like, are they saving enough and all of that? So I'm going to talk today about something I do on a regular basis. So we all accumulate things as we go through life. You know, we buy clothes, we buy things, we buy a lot of stuff. And I often talk about going around your house and purging those items and seeing if you can get rid of them on Marketplace or anything like that. So I do this kind of every season. I do this, in the spring, I do it in fall, I do it in summer, and I do it in winter. And I go through my closet, I go through my daughter's closet and just purge stuff. I have a lady that I deal with here in Calgary that actually sells stuff for me. And so I just go drop it off to her. She keeps a percentage of it. I feel good because I'm supporting another mom entrepreneur. But I also get some funds back from doing that. Now, what happens when I get those funds? So with the system that I teach my clients and the system that I have been using for years as well, I don't get stressed out when the money comes in because I know exactly what to do. So I got $800 this time when I sent her the stuff that was mine and my daughter's, and it was a good haul this time. Sometimes it's not $800, but this time it was $800. And so what I do is I take 45% of that and I'm going to put that towards any debts that I have or any monthly payments that I have going on a monthly basis. Then I'm going to take 45% of that and I'm going to put that into a investment for myself for the future. And then 10% of that I get to use for fun. And the best part of this system is that I don't feel guilty through all of it because as soon as the money comes in, I know what to do. I'm not feeling stressed. I know 45% goes to debt, 45% goes to investing, and 10% I get to keep for fun. And so it eliminates the stress. It eliminates the guilt that I'm going to feel, about spending the money because it's been planned for. And it gives me that freedom of what to do with money when it comes in. And so basically I become like a money robot. When money comes in, I know exactly what to do with it and every dollar has a place to go. So that's a system that I work with and really works for me, works for my clients as well. And so definitely something for you to start adapting into your lives. I hope you guys found this all beneficial and I hope it helps you eliminate a little bit of the stress that comes and fears that come when it comes towards money. If you want to join my community, I will drop the link in the comments and I would love to hear from you and help you out in any way that you need financially. I hope everybody